Hello and welcome to VisionPlusMag.com. My name is Siraj Bolar and you are watching Independent View. My guest today is Patrick Cherrier. He has worked for 45 years and more in the optical industry, out of which 24 years only in SE law before he retired in 2017.
Hello.
Good morning.
Morning.
Patrick, to start with, the world is reeling under pressure of COVID-19 pandemic, and the optical business community is looking at its effect on the business in different ways. What's your independent view on the effect of it on this industry?
Well, I think that the effect of this pandemic on the optical industry itself, I think it's what we usually see in every type of in any circumstance similar to this one. It means that when you have this pandemic creates a big slump in the business, including optical, because the shops are closed and people don't go out. There are lockdowns everywhere. But what we see in the optical industry is as soon as the business reopens, the business restart immediately. Why? Because people, they need glasses. You know, the optical product is not a product. Is not a consumer product. Is a product that you need for your daily life. You need to see better. If you today you don't have your glasses, you have problem to do your work. So people, because of this pandemic, because of the shops were closed, so maybe they had to postpone the purchase of vehicles, but as soon as the product becomes available, it means that the market is reopened, they go and buy. So after the big slump, usually you see a big bump.
Exactly, it happens. Yes.
Because suppose the lockdown has been for a period of 2 months or 3 months. So during 2 or 3 months, you had no business at all. And suddenly you will have a big influx of business coming in as soon as the business restarts. So you will have a big bump, So the effect overall, I don't think it's good overall on let's say on a six months, 1 year basis. There will not be any effect. I believe the business will become at the pre-COVID-19 pandemic around probably September, October.
Oh, that's what they're saying. I mean, it will another 3-4 months. That's what they're saying.
3-4 months, roughly.
3-4 months. Some people believe that there is a lot of scope for optical business to grow, and even the statistics speaks a lot about it. Do you agree with this belief, Mr. Patrick? If yes, how do you think this can be achieved?
The optical business. Well, yeah, the optical business. You have two things in a pair of glasses. You have the frame and you have the lens. Okay.
Yep.
So the potential to grow is definitely so. The frame is something like fashion. So fashion is something which automatically grow because the style change, the color change. People, they like to look different and so on. So that is a part of the frame. But for lenses is a little bit different. For many years, the lens was just something which was used to see better.
Yes, exactly.
So your lens, the optician, your lens, a good lens to see better. But now with the new technologies, with the new research and so on, the lens is doing much more than just correcting the vision.
That means you're saying that there will be new trends will be coming in. That's what you're saying.
There is the lens up to now was until some years ago was just to correct vision, but now on the lens, you can do a lot of things. You can protect your eyes. You can protect your eyes against the bad rays which are initiated or generated by all the new equipment that everybody is using every day, you know, computer, phone, iPad, tablets, and so on. Those products are generating some rays which can be damaging for your eyes. So the lens and the technologies available, you can put on the lens special coating which would prevent those bad effects to impact negatively your eyes. You understand? On top of that, you have now a lot of protection for the UV. Then you have also, you can put on the lens a lens which will adapt to the light where you are. If you are outside under the sun, the lens will get darker. If you go back inside your room, then the lens will get clearer. So the lens has now many features on top of just giving you a good vision.
So what you're saying is there will be a lot of more, inventions in, finding what actually good for the time. Is that why you're saying new things will be coming?
It has been come. It is already coming, and it is developing. Everybody is researching, and everybody is researching what can affect the bad vision. What can affect some, for example, the myopia. People are looking at why myopia is developing. Why all over the world myopia is developing. If you look at India, India is a very low myopic country, but myopia is developing in India. Why? Because probably people are using more iPhone, more tablets, and so on.
Okay, so screen time.
Now by working on the lens, by working on the design lens, by putting some new features on the lens, we might be able to slow down the development of myopia.
Okay, Mr. Patrick, if I may ask you, now you're talking about the products, how it will change and all that. Now, if I ask you, in the practice and the way that people practice, how can that be a change in the practice?
But the practice is that the optician has to become, I would say, has to become a kind of a counselor, a kind of an advisor. You know, many years ago, you would go to optician. The optician will measure your eyes and say, okay, you need this and this to correct your eyes. Give you a good pair, the proper lens with the proper power, and then you will see well. Now, the optician has to become much more, has to enlarge his knowledge, and has to enlarge his I would say, his relationship with his customer by understanding what is the customer doing, what kind of lifestyle he has. Is he going a lot hour? Is he reading a lot? Is he using a lot of computer? A lot of things, so that he can give the best lens which will exactly fit the lifestyle and the habit and the behavior of his customer. So you understand?
You have been in this industry for 40 years, you said, and besides, your time and the present time, do you think much difference in the practice style of practice, Ms. Patrick?
Yes, because now, you know, now you have more and more equipments, and you have more and more, you have more and more equipments, you have more and more, I would say, information. You have more and more way to inform the customer. So the optician has a lot of tools available today to educate the customer. Because let's put this, the customer has globally has a very low knowledge of the lens itself.
How do you think the optical community can get the customers coming into this? How can that can be possible?
By having the special tools, by having special explanation, by having a special behavior, so that he can explain the customer, he can demonstrate the customer the benefit of the lens the benefit of the lens which is suitable for him or for her. You know, now you have many tools. You have many different. You know, for instance, I give you just one example. When you read, you have people, they read, they move their eyes from left to right to read. You have people, they don't move the eyes, they would move the head.
Okay.
So only this one, only this particular difference make the lens should be also different, should be adapted to that. If you are a head mover, if you are a eye mover, the lens might be a little bit different.
So the
optician has to measure, is it head mover, is my customer a head mover, or is he eye mover? It's just an example. You have devices which can identify what is the behavior of the customer when they read. Now, and you have customer, they read, for instance, they put the paper 40 centimeters away from their eyes. Some of them, they put 30, some 25. So you see, the optician is becoming now a real vision professional. And when he says vision, is vision in many aspects, not just to see well, but also to protect his eye and to be comfortable in any circumstance of its life.
Now you must be knowing that this online business, the people who are coming to optical line, the online business, this is seen as a disruption in the business practice. The opticians are not very happy with this. Do you have some thoughts in this, and do you think, I mean, there can be some way how to overcome this system?
I think you know, if you want a good pair of glasses, it's very simple. You need to have, number one, you need to have a very good eye test.
Yes.
Right?
Yes, that's true. That's true.
So, can you do it? And this eye test, you should normally do it regularly, at least maybe every year or maximum every 2 years. Okay? So, can you do that on internet?
That's not possible, yes.
Okay. Now, what you can do on internet, you can buy very simple basic product.
Yes.
Okay? Which might you to see quite good, but I'm not saying that it is going to fully correct your vision. Yes, you see, you know, it's exactly the same thing. You can go to some places, you buy what we call ready-made glasses.
So ready-made glasses. Even these online players, they have their offline units also. I mean, they are not keeping quiet on that. They have taken their steps. They have opened their shops also. But here, how to overcome that?
If they open their shops and they do in the shop the same job than a normal optician does, is fine. But it is not internet anymore. And by the way, we should ask the question: why do they buy a shop? Why do they open a shop?
So that should be the question.
If you say, I'm going to do internet, why should I buy a shop? It's you know, it's what we call, you know, it's a kind of hybrid model, but you know, it means that if you open a shop while you are doing internet, it means that somewhere something is missing.
Exactly. I understand. Mr. Patrick, I think nice talking to you. This should be a good interview for people to understand what actually your views are. I'm very happy to conclude this here. Thank you so much.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.